the chosen one. If this message found you today, it is no accident. God has been trying to reach you with urgent news about your destiny, and what I am about to reveal will change everything you thought you knew about your journey. You have been walking through fire, haven't you? Maybe you have felt like the trials you have faced were too intense, too personal, too perfectly designed to break your spirit. Maybe you have wondered why your path seemed so much harder than everyone else's, why your battles felt more fierce, why your nights seemed longer and darker. Maybe you have questioned if God even sees your pain, if your struggles have any meaning. If you are truly on the right path, let me tell you something that will change everything. What you have just endured wasn't random suffering. It wasn't punishment. It wasn't even just a trial. This was God's most sacred test, reserved only for His most chosen vessels. Right now, as you are hearing these words, heaven itself is celebrating your victory. The angels are declaring your triumph. And God is preparing to pour out blessings so abundant that your spirit can barely comprehend what is coming. This test wasn't designed to break you. It was designed to reveal the divine strength that was always within you, to activate the supernatural power that is now coursing through your spiritual DNA. By the end of this message, you will understand exactly why you had to walk through such intense fire. You will discover the 3 unmistakable signs that prove you have passed God's hardest test with flying colors. You will learn why every door that closed, every person who left, every moment of pain was actually divine protection, preparing you for this moment. And you will never question your worth or your calling again, because you will finally see the magnificent masterpiece God has been creating through your story. You are about to step into a season of supernatural favor, divine connections, and abundance that will leave you speechless. Chosen one, God doesn't give His hardest tests to just anyone. He reserves them for those destined to carry His light into the darkest corners of the world. Your test wasn't ordinary. It was uniquely designed for your soul, carrying the weight of divine purpose. Maybe it was a season of loss that left you questioning everything. Maybe it was a betrayal that cut deeper than any physical wound. Perhaps it was watching everything you built seem to crumble, leaving you standing in what felt like ruins. But that wasn't destruction. That was reconstruction. God was tearing down the temporary to build the eternal. Look at Job in the Bible, stripped of wealth, health, and family. Yet he stood firm, declaring, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust him." His test wasn't punishment. It was preparation for a legacy that still inspires millions today. Your test was no different. You didn't pass because you avoided pain or sidestepped suffering. You passed because you faced it head on, with a heart full of faith and a soul anchored in truth. You didn't curse God in your darkest hour. You didn't let bitterness take root. You chose to rise, to trust, to keep moving forward. And now, heaven itself is celebrating your victory. Let me reveal the 3 unmistakable signs that prove you have passed God's sacred test. And chosen one, I guarantee you are experiencing at least one of these right now. Sign number 1, divine peace in the storm. You have noticed something supernatural happening within you. Even though your circumstances might still be shifting, there is a peace anchoring your soul that defies all logic. This isn't the peace of solved problems. This is the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. Philippians 4:7 speaks of the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guarding your heart and mind. That is what you are experiencing now. Sign number 2, supernatural strength and clarity. You have discovered reservoirs of resilience you never knew existed. Where others would have crumbled, you stood. Where others would have given up, you persevered. Your spiritual vision has sharpened. You can discern God's voice with new precision. You are no longer swayed by the opinions of others or distracted by the noise of the world. Sign number 3, divine favor, and open doors. You are starting to notice synchronicities, unexpected opportunities, divine connections appearing at just the right moment. Doors that were once locked are beginning to creak open. Maybe it is financial breakthroughs coming without striving. Maybe it is relationships healing without forcing. This isn't coincidence. This is divine reward for passing the test. If you are experiencing any of these signs, drop a 777 in the comments right now. That number is your declaration to the universe that you recognize these divine confirmations, and you are ready to step into the fullness of what God has prepared. Now let me reveal something that will heal your heart about everything you have lost. Every door that closed, every person who walked away, every opportunity that didn't materialize, none of it was rejection. It was divine protection. God was clearing your path, removing distractions, separating you from anything that would limit your destiny. Those relationships that ended, they were seasonal connections meant to teach you, heal you, or prepare you, but not meant to go where you are going. Those opportunities that fell through, they were good, but God has something better. What looked like loss was actually divine strategy. What felt like rejection was actually selection for something greater. Your test taught you to trust God's timing, to surrender control, to let Him be the architect of your destiny. And now the trust is about to be rewarded in ways that will leave you breathless. Because you passed God's hardest test the right way, heaven is aligning to reward your faithfulness. These aren't ordinary doors opening. These are divine opportunities made for your purpose. Isaiah 22:22 speaks of the key to the house of David. What He opens no one can shut, and what He shuts no one can open. That is the kind of authority you are stepping into now, chosen one. The doors God is opening for you cannot be closed by any force, any doubt, any opposition. Your test was the key, your faith was the lock, and now the doors of destiny are swinging wide open. These doors will lead to divine connections, people who will elevate your purpose, support your dreams, and walk with you in this new season. They will lead to opportunities that multiply your impact and expand your influence. Your test wasn't just about personal growth. It was preparation for a divine assignment that will impact generations. Luke 10:19 declares, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you." You faced the enemy's schemes during your test and emerged victorious. Now you carry a mantle of authority to bring light where there is darkness, hope where there is despair. This authority isn't about control. It is about influence. It is about walking into a room and changing the atmosphere with your presence. It is about speaking a word of encouragement that shifts someone's entire perspective. Because you passed God's hardest test, you have unlocked a season of divine acceleration where things that once took years will now happen in moments. Zechariah 4:6 declares, "Not by might nor by power, but by my Spirit, says the Lord Almighty." This breakthrough isn't limited to one area. It is comprehensive. Financial abundance is coming to free you from every limitation. Relational restoration is healing broken connections. Spiritual renewal is deepening your intimacy with God. Joel 2:25 promises, "I will repay you for the years the locusts have eaten." God is not just restoring what was lost. He is multiplying it beyond your wildest dreams. Chosen one. You have passed God's hardest test, and now you are stepping into the fullness of your divine destiny. You are chosen, you are anointed, you are protected, you are prepared for greatness. Every door the enemy closed to limit you, God is opening to elevate you. Every person who walked away to hurt you was removed to protect your destiny. Every tear you shed in the wilderness was a seed planted for joy in your promised land. You are not just a survivor, you are a conqueror. If this message has stirred something deep within your spirit, hit that like button right now to amplify this divine frequency. Subscribe and join thousands of chosen ones walking in their divine purpose. Drop a 777 in the comments. That is your declaration that you are claiming every blessing God has prepared for your life. Remember, your test is your testimony, your pain is your purpose, and your victory is just the beginning. God's best for your life is yet to come. Go forward in supernatural boldness, knowing that heaven itself is cheering you on. Your season of divine favor starts now.